This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, week 10, starting on April 8th. Act 3 of episode Heresy continues this week, with more story, expanded Dreadnaught exploration, and access to the Sunless Sell strike and Nightfall, plus refreshes to the Nether and Court of Blades, with new bosses, new combatants, and new challenges. The new activity Rite of 9 is due later in Act 3, as well as the new PvP mode Heavy Metal. Act 2 of episode Heresy brought with it the new activity the Court of Blades. Set within the Dreadnaught's Hole of Souls area, players are transported to different arenas across the system, from Io to Europa and on board a Hive warship. The Court of Blades comes with different augments and armaments in each run, which can be different combinations every time. The difficulty of the court starts to escalate after every 2 challenges, and is available in normal and expert versions, with the deck versions of the Act 2 weapons only dropping in the expert version. Also, the Grandmaster Nightfall note is available, giving Guardians the opportunity to complete their Conquest seal for this episode. With this node becoming available, this will give Guardians the chance to jump ahead and complete Act 3's Nightfalls. These being the Insight Terminus on Nessus week 13, April 29th, Warden of Nothing on the Dreaming City week 14, May 6th, and the reprised ST1 Dreadnaught strike the Sunless Sell, week 15, May 13th, 2025. Or conversely, you'll be able to complete Act 1's Grandmasters, which are now not available. Hypernet Current on Europa, Hive's Battlegrounds Mars, and the Sark's Battlegrounds Cosmodrome. Act 1 of episode Heresy brought with it the new 3-player activity, the Nether. Set within the Dreadnaught patrol zones, Guardians fight in random and varied encounters with different events and objectives every time. Inside the Nether, players will find unique modifiers and stackable buffs called Boons. They increase your power over time. These come in minor, major, and corrupted versions, and various pickups can be hidden in chests and earned throughout the Dreadnaught. The Nether has 3 modes: the Nether Exploration for those solo types who want to just explore the Dreadnaught, a match-made mode on baseline advanced difficulty, and a selectable non-match-made expert version. From Act 3 of episode Revenant, we have the new exotic mission Kell's Fall, where you can earn the new Void exotic shotgun Slayer's Fang, and new Prison of Elders challenge Kell's Vengeance, which can be found over in the Last City for 2 to 3 players. Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also available for a weekly Pinnacle is the Salvation Jade Raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality's Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Encore over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. Over in the Last City we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new maps and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins and Kell's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Mothyards, with a Fallen War Priest kicking off the boss rotation. In the Last City on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Core. The Dreaming City this week is at a medium curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Divilian Miss and has the Oracle Engine mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Hive enemies and the Plague Kragar. The Ascendant challenge will be the Shattered Ruins over in the Spine of Keris. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is a mysterious disturbance. The Trove Guardian is located in the Anchor of Light, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Zoltal in Sorrow's Harbour. Nightmare hunts Crota, Despair, Omnigul, Anguish and Fanatic Insanity. The Altars of Sorrow start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Zydron and the Heretic Rocket Launcher. On Europa this week, Phylax the Warrior will be the Empire Hunt, Asterian's Abyss will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Agility. Dares of Eternity expert difficulty rounds are Fallen, Hive and Zydron. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Lightkin armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 3. Chroma Rush, Ignition Code, Grid Skipper, Farewell, Sonja's Tale, Shattered Cipher, Main Ingredient, Long Shadow, Last Dance, Toil and Trouble, Wishbringer, and Last Perdition. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Ghost, Altar of Reflection's Choice, and Altar of Reflection's Insight. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with the Arc Grenade Launcher Tarnation and Vazul Solar Scorn Chieftain as the boss. The Lightfall weekly mission is First Contact, the Partition mission will be Ordnance, and the Vex incursion will be Umshire Park. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The Final Shakes Cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Iconoclasm. The 12 Guardian match-made Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly Pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation Jade Raid Challenge this week is his second encounter, Dissipation, called At Capacity. The Root of Nightmares raid changes Wikisi 3rd encounter, Macrocosm, called Cosmic Equilibrium. The Vow the Disciple changes Wikisi 4th encounter, Rogue, called Looping Catalyst. The Vault of Glass changes Wikisi 5th encounter, Atheon, called Ensembler's Refrain. The Deep Zone Crypt changes Wikisi 1st encounter, Crypt Security, called Red Rover. And the Last Swiss changes Wikisi 4th encounter, Vault, called Keep Out. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Kingsfall over in the Legends tab, and featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Garden of Salvation over on the Moon, with all challenges available for all encounters. With the exotic scout rifle Touch of Malice being farmable from the final boss in Kingsfall, and the exotic trace rifle Divinity being acquired via completing the raid puzzles in Garden. Also, the Garden of Salvation weapons are now craftable, with the red borders being farmable for the week. Plus, you can grab a quest from Hawthorne in the tower for a guaranteed red border on a full completion. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Shattered Throne over on the Dreaming City, and Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be the Spire of the Watcher over on the Throne World. The exotic mission rotator will be Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward. The Season the Haunted, and opulent weapon sets, plus the Idolium Pursuant armor set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Heretical Arsenal, Special Delivery, Trial by Firing Squad, Fusional Trace Rifle Final Blows, Super Final Blows, Mid-Range Calibration, and Unnamed Entry. Lost Sectors Tuesday Perdition on Europa, Wednesday Veil's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, Thursday Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome, Friday Avilian's Rest on the Dreaming City, Saturday Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City, Sunday Hydroponics Delta on Neptune, and Monday Gilded Precept on Neptune. The Grandmaster Nightfalls continue this week with our 10th featured Nightfall, which will see us face off against Gorothgath in the reprised Lake of Shadows over on the EDZ, with the Rake Angle Glaive as the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Control, the 6v6 Quickplay mode should be Team Scorched, Elimination should be in the small team's Quickplay, Clash could also be available, and Trials of Osiris returns at the weekend. This week should also see bonus Crucible rewards available all week long. And as a reminder, the annual Moments of Triumph continue, with a collection of 33 challenges celebrating everything you've been able to achieve in this past year. If you've been active, you'll likely already have some of these completed, which just gets you closer to the 26 you'll need to earn the 2024 seal and title. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 10th week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Thank you for watching. Allons-y!